Wednesday,
the
yeah.
brand.
On Saturday, I don't work on Saturdays. I'm lying. I do work on Saturdays. I do not work on Sundays. So, okay,
That's
no,
rough.
I do not work on Sundays. So
I
even if you sign
feel
up for me, I'm. If you sign up on Sunday, your ass gonna wait till Monday.
that. Respect. Respect. So what's good? What you been up to? How
Oh,
you feeling?
normal shit that people have to deal with.
Yeah.
Families, kids. My son had a football game today. They lost miserably. Uh, hot as balls outside. So imagine standing in 96-degree weather just to watch your kids' team get their asses kicked. And not even respectably. I mean, like terribly
Oh,
got their asses kicked. So not only am I frustrated because it's hot, but I have to watch this game. And I can't leave until they're done. Because I have to tell my son, hey, son, you did a great job today. And I tell them the truth, which is holy shit, y'all got y'all asses kicked. But none, I digress. That's the life of a parent who
absolutely.
lies to their children and tell them that they did great, uh,
Yeah.
even when they didn't, which might be the problem in our society. Is
I mean,
our
I'm
parents
sure.
were our parents were blunt and we're like, God damn, y'all suck. But we're more like, okay, let's try to, sprinkle some fairy dust on the shit and lie to them. And then they grow up entitled assholes who believe that, they should get V-Bucks every week. Other than that, how y'all doing?
We coolin'. Same shit, different day. Like you said, being parents. They're doing a jazz festival like all day in our neighborhood. So we walked through that today, which was really nice. We're really enjoying the like middle class white neighborhood we're in. It's cute. It's really cute. And it's not giving us like racist vibes. It's definitely giving like, oh,
Didn't
you're
you,
new here vibes, but not like you're black.
but didn't you grow up in a middle class white neighborhood?
Absolutely.
I didn't. I grew up
You
from.
know you didn't.
This is all new to me. This is like where the niggas at? Like
That's how I felt when I got to Ohio. I was
yeah,
like,
I've
I
been
don't
out
know
there.
what place
I
this
felt
is, but this is not right. Why is it all white people here? I feel like I purposely leave black people out of shit. And
Neighborhoods
that's
like
how it is
this,
when they respond to me. It's almost like they didn't grow up around black people. And they're like, oh
they
my God,
did
a
it
black person. What do we
because they
do?
did it.
Other than, tell them get off my porch, monkey.
Try
Like,
to act normal.
yeah.
But yeah. So let's jump into the shit talk Saturday. What are y'all?
a lot of shit this week.
A lot of shit this
It's been
week.
a lot.
Another,
Lots of
we can
ups
just
and
start off with PNB Rock. I'm
yeah.
assuming that's how you say his name.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea who this kid is. Never heard his music. Never heard
but
of him up
it's
until
terrible when you have to like hear about an artist and hear,
In hindsight.
oh man, he's dead. I never really got to hear his music. Like the dude with too many letters that come after X, but
Oh,
X
oh,
tends to
Tanasa.
yeah, see,
Yeah.
couldn't even pronounce all of that. But I can't even name one of his songs, and like his fans are like, "Yo, he's the greatest ever," and he died too
Yeah.
soon.
A
And
lot
he
of
was a
people that
young
I
guy,
knew
and
were
it's like,
visibly
dang,
upset.
that's sad. But it's like at the end of the day,
Same
like,
with Nipsey. I had no idea who the fuck Nipsey
yeah,
Hussle was. And a lot of people, waves were completely upset. And I had
yeah,
no idea.
right.
Zero
dog, people
idea.
are still heartbroken over that. Like to this day, like they
Yeah.
act like we lost Tupac, and that's the effect of like
Yeah, but niggas
these
knew who Tupac
guns.
was.
Yeah, like it's the effect these guns are having on the streets that we need to get up off the streets. Like we need to get people to stop saying, "Look, I'm going to go out and start doing this," because essentially what happened is
Look at Rich's face.
Rich got something to say.
I'm trying to figure out
Well,
where he's going with this. Because you know how people
because
feel about their Second Amendment.
absolutely, and I get how people feel about their Second Amendment. No one's taking your rights away.
But
I mean, most of these guns that are killing people, first of all, they're not
They're not
usually
the legal
registered
ones,
to
and they're not the
anybody,
registered
right?
ones.
Like they
so I
are.
will agree, like here in Texas, right? I believe in most places in the United States, outside of like California, where you're damn near can't buy a gun any fucking way.
Right.
Which is where
Most guns don't have to be registered at all. As a matter of fact, they're only registered. So they track the serial number. So don't get it twisted. Don't think that you just go buy a gun. They track the serial number. They track who bought it. But it's not like you have to go up to like a police station and be like, "Hey, my name is Richard. Here's my gun, serial number XXXXX." But you only do that if the gun comes up missing. And you do that so that you are not the main or primary suspect in whatever
something happened.
Criminal charge that happened with the weapon. And so the police know if this weapon ever pops up, we know who it belonged to. This was the day that he filed the police report on it being stolen. This is the day the crime happened.
Right.
That's it. But as far as like being registered to a person, now I do believe that should happen. They should be able to say, "Okay, Richard, here's your social."
I don't feel like that's that hard to implement.
Yeah,
like, that's not that difficult.
Put a serial number on each bullet that you put now, because they're
not bullets, bro. Like, you know how many times I have to go there just to tell them how many bullets I bought? Bullets are already expensive.
But I'm saying there are, or there should be something that you should do, because what happened to that young man and what happened to people everywhere isn't the same thing that's happening for why we're buying guns. Like, if you're buying a gun for the right reasons, do what you gotta do. But for what they did to him, dog, like we were looking at pictures and you can't find a picture with him with less than 2 chains on.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
But I think
I can't properly tell people's intentions when buying a gun, right? I don't know what your intentions are, and a lot of people lie.
Facts.
Absolutely.
They were like, "Well, yeah, I buy it for security, or I buy it because I'm a gun collector and I like guns. I buy it because I go hunting. This, and that, and that." It don't change the fact that they might, turn into, some of these, kind of things and go shoot up, certain Walmarts and certain schools and.
Right.
I feel like there are certain people that when you giving the gun to them, like, probably shouldn't be letting you.
No, I mean, I done seen some people probably it may not be the majority, and I'll give you that it's not the majority, but there is a percentage that we could have kept away just off of better judgment.
There was a story of a kid. She was 16. Her dad gave her just a small rifle, 22 rifle, for her birthday at 16. Right. Now, there's a normal kid. She goes to school, and out of fucking nowhere, he went to work. He goes to work, a normal fucking day. She's supposed to go to school. She sat outside of her window and legit shot at people at the school, like was targeting them. Like, she shot a kid. He failed. Janitor tried to come out to pull the kid. She shot the janitor. And like, almost like if you've ever seen, almost like a video game, but if you've ever seen Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
The scene where the sniper she's not trying to kill the person, but what she's doing is she's luring more people to that person so she can kill them as they're coming.
And get everybody.
That's what she was
rescue them. Yeah.
Right. That's what she was doing. And she looked like a normal kid.
So, segue, since we're speaking about people who look like normal kids.
I didn't want to segue. I wanted to mention about the girlfriend. Y'all went on a tangent about guns. Can talk about the girlfriend. So the what I wanted to mention about PNB Rock is that the internet and like all these celebrities have been blaming his girlfriend because she posted a picture of chicken and waffles and tagged her location. And then he got killed. And I've read a lot of stories, and there has been a lot of mixed up. Like, as I read it, I could see both ways, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like what happened is really sad. I don't even think she'd benefit from dying because she was the girlfriend, not the wife, not anything else.
Yeah. We don't even know your name.
But to be fair, did y'all see the video that he had with another dude who was telling him there's people in LA who want to see you?
Nah, I didn't see that.
So there's a whole nother video where PNB Rock is on live with another dude, and they talking shit back and forth. And he like, "Where you at?" He like, "I'm in Atlanta." He's like, "Okay, where in Atlanta so I can pull up?" Or he be like, he's like, because out here in LA, it's some people that want to see you,
right?
And so he warned them about it, but they laugh it off. I'm untouchable, and that's what get motherfuckers killed, is believing that they untouchable.
That's true.
You ain't never untouchable. Nobody.
I mean, I don't know.
JFK wasn't untouchable.
When you start to make that kind of money, you start to hire security.
Yeah, but he wasn't making that type of money. He was making.
I don't think he was.
If you walking around with a chain, you should be walking around with security.
There's niggas out here walk around with a chain on. That don't mean shit. A lot of people are hood rich. They can't afford security. Not security. Not like, Beyonce, Jay-Z security where motherfuckers got like 8 people with them at all time.
What were you gonna?
I was gonna segue into. So y'all have heard about that law that basically, if you got convicted beforehand of a murder or anything longer than, I think it was 15 years or something like that, before you were a minor, then they had to like retry your case. So essentially, the DC sniper Leroy Malvo is coming back up for appeal. They denied his ass. I can personally tell you where I was when all of this was happening. I think I was like 12. Like,
would you kill like 26 people?
Dog, they upgraded him from like a regular killer to a serial killer. It was like, I think it was like 26. It was a high number.
Yeah,
and it was crazy. Yeah, because like you couldn't go to the gas stations. You couldn't walk around. Like they had like the buildings were blacked out everywhere. People were scared to go places. Like you had to go like from your school bus to school. The bus drivers had to like basically drop you off from door to door. Like we went from everybody gets off at this crowded stop and everybody just, hang out, you play, you get some ice cream from the ice cream truck or whatever you do after you get off the school bus to you going straight in the house. And it was irregular because everybody loved being outside. I mean, coincidentally, that's around the same time that all the hood niggas in my neighborhood learned to love Dragon Ball Z. So for me, it was a win-win because everybody was outside and then we run in the house by 5 o'clock to watch the Cell Saga.
Mine always played at 5:30 in the morning. So I was up before school even started to watch Dragon Ball Z. That's how much of a fan I was. See, y'all niggas are.
We had the opposite. Yeah, it came on with the Toonami block at like.
Y'all are new fans. Y'all aren't OG fans. Y'all are new fans. OG fans woke up at 5:30 in the morning to watch that shit before school.
Tell me how big of a fan I am because I had the convenience of watching it while I did my homework.
Okay. Well, I'm not going down this rabbit hole, y'all. That is not what we're doing today. But it's not surprising to me that they denied that shit. Speaking of bills, there's this Safety Act that is being enacted it's going live in January in Illinois. And basically it's an act that the act says they're getting rid of cash bonds. So you will not, for certain crimes, you will not be able to be detained until your court date. You'll be able to be free until your court date. Okay. Crimes like first-degree murder, like serious crimes, you'll still be detained until your court date and, kept off the streets. Or if it's proven that you're a flight risk or you being on the street is a danger to someone, then they'll detain you for those. So it's still on a case-to-case basis, but overall they're getting rid of cash bonds. They realize that even when people are innocent, like spending a few days in jail can render them to be jobless, homeless. It could have a major effect on their lives. Yeah. Just the blemish. So when it originally came up, like Jamal and I were talking about it, and I was like, that sounds like what the justice system, that sounds like one step in the right direction. Like you're guilty until proven, you're innocent until proven guilty.
So,
and usually it's the other way around. That's what it feels like.
Sometimes the nigga deserved to go to jail. Like you might not be able to prove that he directly is like harassing or like criminally doing something to you. But sometimes jail is what a nigga need. And it's like, you take that option out of the streets where it's like, these are the people that you should be locking up.
Those same people could get out.
They can't. You got to think about it, man. They can't do things based off of that, right? That's such a gray area that they, like if you left it up to the cop, individually without black and white and just gave him a bunch of gray area shit to lock people up, they'd be locking people up all day long.
But they do.
No, they have a black and white. They'll charge you with an actual crime.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't be like, hey, you look like you about to go harass somebody.
Is something that will make it legal for them to like, whether you did it or not, they still have to.
They could arrest you for resisting arrest, and all that is saying, I don't agree to you arresting me,
but that's
because you did nothing wrong. So now that's a crime. But it's a crime.
Resisting arrest is a crime, but you don't have the authority to say no. You're not arresting me.
Yes, you do. You can tell them like I did nothing wrong. I'm not going.
You can say that all day long, but you can say or think that you did nothing wrong. It doesn't change the fact that you might have actually committed a crime, misdemeanor, small or big. It doesn't matter whether you think you should be getting attention for it or not. It's at the discretion of the cop who's seen you witness a crime, even if it's littering. In their bylaws, if they have the authority to arrest you, even though we would say that's absurd. Why would you arrest somebody for littering? They're allowed to do that. You can't be like, nah, you can't arrest me for littering. Yes, I fucking can, bitch. And while we're at it, now you're resisting arrest. While we're fucking at it, I'm gonna add these other charges on there since you're being stupid. People believe that they just all out of nowhere. They're like, nah, I ain't got to do shit. A cop say. Trust me, I'm not the biggest advocate for fucking cops. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, motherfucker, like, you're already at a disadvantage. Don't do dumb shit to add more into the disadvantage. And by telling you're antagonizing the cop by saying, no, you can't arrest me when this nigga clearly can fucking arrest you.
No, you're right.
He has the handcuffs and the gun to do so while you have neither.
Nah.
So if he says, I'm going to arrest you, the only thing you can do is ask for what crime. And if he doesn't give you one, make sure you relay that shit to your lawyer. If he will. And then the biggest power that we have is to sue motherfuckers. That'll get shit straight.
But at least in Illinois, even with the power to arrest you, you will not be detained. You will just be given a court date and you show up to that bitch.
I just think
that is much better.
But I guarantee you, don't show up to court.
Right.
Don't show up to court after they giving you a subpoena or they gave you a court date or something like that. Oh, that ass is definitely getting arrested. 1,000%.
So I support it, honestly. I think it's a good bill. I think it's something that more states should do. Illinois will be the first to try it.
They should try it in Chicago, see how well it goes.
That's Illinois.
No, but I'm saying they should specifically target in on Chicago.
I'm sure.
See,
I'm sure that's where most of their crime occurs. So,
I'm sure it is.
That's why Kanye been afraid to go back.
I'm dead.
Kanye never wanted to go back to Chicago anyway. Not after Chance took over.
That's not what Kanye said. All right.
Chance is a bigger artist in Chicago than Kanye, so it doesn't matter what Kanye said.
Talking about Kanye now.
No, because Down Brad gonna leave.
But I'm not lying. Yeah, that's where it happens. So speaking of different bills and whatnot, in November, slavery is on the ballot in Alabama, Louisiana, Oregon, Tennessee, and Vermont. So they will be able to vote to abolish slavery.
Maybe they're talking about completely. So like maybe even the 13th Amendment that talks about slavery being legal
that is exactly what they're talking about.
So that's I want to say it's a good thing, right?
It is.
But it should be a symbolic thing that every state does.
It shouldn't just be 5 states. It should have just been.
Oh, one day should have been done. Should not have happened. Like everyone should have been like, all right, well, war is done. We good. You good? All right. You mad? I get it.
But war wasn't the war. They made it seem like the war was about slavery. The war wasn't about fucking slavery.
So what was the war about, Rich?
It was about political power. Motherfuckers needed voters. They didn't give a fuck about slavery.
They don't care about us.
But
Republicans needed voters, and they said, "Oh shit, there's an ass ton of black people down south that don't get a chance to fucking vote. So that means that's less power that we have to get into fucking office. Let's create some shit to make them 1/3 or 2/3 of a fucking human and get them in. But before we do that, we gotta abolish slavery shit. Fuck." all right, let's like abolish this shit a little bit, kind of, sort of, but not really.
That don't make sense, nigga. Because they
Nigga,
still
that
didn't
makes
give black
1,000%
people the right to
sense.
vote. They didn't immediately say, all right, you free, you got the right to vote. No, nigga, they pushed that shit back. If they immediately wanted them to have the power to vote and they changed it for that, they would have said, all right, big homie, that's why you free.
No, they not gonna say it like that, because then niggas have to report the history that they only abolished slavery to get votes. And obviously they can't just come out and say that shit.
Why can't all the balls niggas stick together?
Fuck you mean? Then we know that they didn't abolish slavery because they actually thought it was wrong. They abolished it so that they can get fucking votes. But we know why they did it. We know why they did it. They only did it because they needed more voting power. The Republicans needed more voting power. They were losing to the Democrats, and they needed more votes. So let's
think that the Republicans did something right back in the day.
Back in the day, black people were Republicans. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no.
Speaking of Republicans, Texas, their governor, his governor,
fuck that nigga,
Greg Abbott, he sent 2 buses of migrants to Kamala Harris's home. In DC. He has sent 7,900 migrants to DC and 2,200 to New York after Kamala Harris stated that the border is secure. She said the border is secure, and you can tell there was a lot of hesitancy in it, but she said the border was secure, but we have a lot of work to do. And he was like, oh, they're secure? I bet we bring in the border to your backyard. So he has been bussing out people who have crossed over illegally.
But in DC, they denied them the funding because, mind you, we informed you already that DC is not a place that has its own functioning government where they can make their own rules. They have to then in turn come back and be told, what we can and can't do. So they told them, no, we won't help you with these migrants that have been like
dropped off literally in your backyard.
No, the National Guard cannot come and assist you. No, you will not get any backup. You on your own, figure it out. Yeah. That's what they told them after they dropped all of them off in their backyard. That's what they've been saying to DC, the nation's capital.
Which would mean that DC should have a higher level of homeless people. Yet when I show up there,
Richard, there is it's kind of sad. Like the fact that you are on this saying this out loud.
I promise
there is an extremely high
level. We will go out.
Homeless people.
We don't even go downtown.
We bought goddamn scooters. We rolled around that motherfucker.
In Virginia.
No. We rode around
Crystal
the
City.
hotel district of the nice part of Virginia down the street from where all the government contracts happen.
Half a mile up the road.
You were a half mile up the road from the Pentagon, my brother. Like,
and not a homeless person.
We were in the city over from Pentagon City. Pentagon City is only named that because that's where the Pentagon is.
I know, I've been there.
Exactly. So when I tell you that you were not in DC, you didn't even sniff DC. You were in Virginia. Virginia is like the nice cousin to DC.
Nah, we were in DC. There were no homeless people.
No. You were in Virginia. You did not make it to DC. I'll show you DC. DC's a fun time. When you
you'll be back in April.
Yeah. When you come back to HBCU Con, we'll show you around.
Okay.
You already agreed to it.
Well, yeah, I'll go. I don't care.
Yeah. They agreed to press passes, so we in there.
Yeah, we'll get our tickets beforehand, make sure the crew is all there.
Absolutely.
Gang.
But yeah, all right, so switching tones. Did you hear about the veterans nursing home? It was in Taiwan, so it's not here. But they hired strippers as entertainment.
That sounds like a good idea
for the veterans.
So let me tell you.
That sounds great. We should do that here for nursing homes.
None of the veterans in the video seemed like they were having a bad time. The guy had the girl, she was gyrating over him. He looked like he was having a great time in his wheelchair. The crowd around him was loudly cheering him on.
That's all old people want.
However, the internet is outraged.
Why?
They'll have none of this.
Why? Because the old man got a stripper on his lap.
Because the nursing home hired the strippers in the first place.
Yeah, it was the nursing home itself.
It wasn't the old man getting the stripper in the lap. It wasn't the stripper herself. It was the nursing home, and it's
that sounds like something very interesting,
progressive. Even
it's different. Instead of bingo night, we have strip night. You know what I'm saying? You get them. And believe it or not, what you do is what you're doing is you're encouraging a lot of those old people who have given up on life to keep going. Now,
let's keep in mind, I hear what you're saying, but let's also keep in mind that like the STD rate in nursing homes are skyrocketing.
First of all,
like so it's not like they are without that motivation.
We didn't say nothing about hiring prostitutes.
I know I'm not saying that, but I'm saying as far as arousal goes, there's no lack.
They
of
ain't got no issue in the nursing homes, is what she's saying.
And
they still getting.
But think about it. Do you want to live around in a nursing home for the next 6 years of your life for bingo night every week, or for strip night?
Nursing homes for like 10, 20
yeah,
years.
They be in nursing homes for a while.
They be in here for a brick.
They be in there from the moment they.
Oh, do you want bingo night every Wednesday, or do you want strip night every Wednesday? Which one do you want?
I'm dead.
I want strip night
every Wednesday. Okay, then.
You dog, like
shit. Send me to Shady Pines. I'll go.
Facts.
Those who don't know what Shady Pines is, it's a reference to Golden Girls. People, gosh, you people are so young.
Yeah.
People. Oh, people. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the internet. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with the internet, but this goddamn Little Mermaid shit. Come on.
Oh my god.
Dog. You remember what they did to Sonic? You remember how the whole internet bullied?
Yeah, but you're not gonna bully her off.
Oh, dog, with the teeth. The only good part of that Sonic was when it came back in the Chippendales Rescue Ranger movie. That part, it got me. It touched me in the funny bone because like that cracked me up when they had Ugly Sonic and he had played his part, but. Yeah, like these white people think they going ugly Sonic.
Because a mermaid, a fictional character, is black.
But they ain't got no problem with a Jamaican crab.
Nah, most crabs should be Jamaican. That Jamaican crab can sing.
Hey, that brother has.
I'm gonna tell you right fucking now, Little Mermaid, if y'all listening, if that crab is not fucking Jamaican in this movie, I'm going to be super pissed off.
That crab ain't Shaggy.
Sebastian better be fucking Jamaican, and the song better be somewhat similar. Ain't gotta be all the way.
I definitely want the music. Slap. So I really hope they do it justice. I think they did Aladdin justice. They did their own little spin on it, but it was still like very true.
Yeah,
and I didn't hate it. I didn't hate Will Smith in that either. Yeah. Like, so I hope that they do the same for Aladdin. For Little Mermaid. And I think, Halle's got this. Like, white people are always going to be mad. They're always going to be mad.
White people mad about everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything.
But what I do like are the memes that did come out of this. So, the Martin Luther King movie where it's the guy that played Norman Osborn in Spider-Man, he's supposed to be Martin Luther King. That shit is funny. Like a white Martin Luther King. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these memes are hilarious as fuck.
No, that is funny as shit. But yeah, speaking of Black women winning this week, the Emmys for this week.
Shout out to Abbott Elementary.
Yeah.
The show is fucking hilarious.
That show is so funny. I'm so glad you've watched it. I feel like everything else we talk about, you're like, But that's the OJ Little Mermaid story.
No, the original.
Oh,
they're doing the original Little Mermaid storyline.
Got you, like the dark one. Like the
there's two storylines to the Little Mermaid.
Well, there's like the
Hans Christian Andersen, like the German one that originally came out.
Like the ones that are like all about death and.
Did you not?
All fairy tales have a dark spin to it.
Yeah.
Like we see the happy.
I only know the one.
Disney versions.
The Disney versions.
Oh, you know Disney versions. The ones with the happy endings.
Yeah.
Nah, fairy tales are meant to like tell you that's why the fuck you shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, fairy tales, honestly, fairy tales are like the Bible in their storytelling and like how Aesop's it's supposed to be a moral at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like how
so they can get
Pocahontas,
pretty
like
dark.
how they actually went there, captured it, enslaved, and killed them.
Right, exactly. But we're gonna paint
We're
with
gonna
all the
skip
colors of the
past some.
wind.
Yeah.
Like-
So in the Little Mermaid, towards the end, like it got real dark. So first of all, he did not go with her. He went with another woman. She couldn't speak the entire time, and she wound up dying and turning into bubbles. Like I'm actually like giving you the condensed version, but then it was a choice that an angel gave her, but like be an angel for 100 years or
Fuck angels
kill
come from?
a dude. Dog, the story was weird. I didn't tell you that. I
Mermaids.
made
Where the
the
fuck
story up.
angels come from?
The story. First of all, you're okay with a singing Jamaican crab, but an angel is too much. The angel has just thrown you off.
Because the singing Jamaican
the
crab
angel
is
come
under the sea with the mermaids. The angel is in the
So,
sky
the
who took time
mermaid,
out of her day to come all the way
the
down to the ocean.
magic, the singing, the seagull that she can magically speak to, but
All
no
a
one
part of the
can speak
ocean.
to. The seagull?
Yes, seagulls literally eat fish out of the ocean.
Okay. All right. The moral of the story is, my question was, is it supposed to be that or just the original? So if it's the original, it's the original. But we were talking about Quinta and her receiving an Emmy for Abbott Elementary, which is great. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Season 2 is coming out soon.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Hilarious.
It's exactly what your teacher, if you have a teacher friend or something like that, it's exactly what they go through on a daily.
Yeah.
Right.
Ask Lamar. Shout out to our OG episode with Lamar back on the episode. If you go back and rewatch.
Which episode? The teacher episode?
The teacher episode where Christy made her entrance going to Walmart.
You were on that.
Oh, yeah, I was on that one.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So,
okay.
We asked them what it was like, and they were like, yeah, it's totally like being on Abbott Elementary. And if you like The Office, it's much like that. Just, more Black people and talking about school.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. It's just hilarious. That's all. It made me want to be a teacher for like a little bit.
I don't have the patience for it.
I don't either. I don't like other people's kids.
I love my children, but other people's children are like...
I barely like my own kid.
Exactly.
Right. It depends on the day. So I'm not about to.
Right.
No.
I can threaten my children.
Me working summer camp all summer told me I could never, ever be a teacher. Ever. And that was like 8 kids. So I couldn't imagine any more than that. Like I am good. But other than Quinta, and then with Quinta, the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing.
Yeah.
Like him laying on the stage from his bit that like.
So we didn't watch the Emmys.
We didn't watch it.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like we probably fell asleep. More than likely. Like we fell asleep.
But apparently
make faces if you want.
Jimmy Kimmel had a bit right before she won, like as part of, whatever, and he laid out on the stage
like
and
pretended to be drunk, like it was a bit that he did, but he should have got his ass up and left off of the stage and let her.
But
have
he
her moment.
stayed there. So now every picture of her has him laying down on the stage. Yeah, fuck them kids.
And fuck Jimmy too. He should have got his ass
like
up.
Insecure levels of fuck them kids. Like kick that baby up out of here.
Wow,
that's kick that house.
So can I tell you a like side story? So
sure, Jamal, tell us all the story.
Brittany's a huge horror fan, and she watches.
I'm sorry, say that again.
So Brittany's horror. Sorry, horror.
Scary movies.
Scary movies. She enjoys scary movies. Sorry,
okay, I'm gonna need you to announce
it. I like horror too.
I don't
no slut shaming over here.
Nope, she likes those too. But so she likes scary movies, and the worst thing that she could ever think of is like a dead child or like creepy little kids.
I don't like that.
So it was dark one night. We were watching TV, and she's like, if Snuggles came out, like crawling out one night, I have to fuck the shit out of that baby. She's like, I don't know what I do, but like I'm like, and like I look over at her like, where the fuck did that even come from?
So serious.
My kids know this now. Don't come creeping around in the middle of the night. You will get shot.
Dog.
Tell me right now.
Number one rule for any kid's toys: If it's creepy, it goes in the trash. I do not want that shit in my house.
My son likes I think it's Friday Night Freddy's or something.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, type of store. And I told him, I was like, son, the moment this bear moves, I don't give a fuck what's
Second,
happening.
something moves or
I'm
something happens.
shooting it.
It's gotta go.
1,000%.
It's
He was
it
like,
for me.
Dad, you can't shoot my toys. Watch me unload this full clip in that fucking teddy bear the moment it moves, and it's not supposed to.
Dang.
Yeah. See, like movies like Chucky could have easily been handled, right? I'd have picked Chucky little ass up, ran him through a fucking shredder. Yeah, bro. Like, look. Oh, it set his little ass on fire, and then boom, into Chucky.
Dog, facts. Because I could not be being chased around by something 2 feet tall.
Imagine people making fun of you for that shit. Like that's what I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want people to make fun of me because I ran from a 2 foot tall doll.
Dog,
For your life.
I have to go to therapy because a 2
With a
foot
kitchen knife. Like y'all niggas don't know how to parry and like knock knives out of people's hands and fighting shit. Like,
bro, my legs are too long for me to like not outrun something like that. Like I'm thinking his legs are like toddler legs.
yeah.
I can outrun a toddler.
I can see motherfucking what's the big ass Halloween dude? Michael Myers. I see not outrunning that nigga. Like Jason. Chucky should have never been a part of the small dolls of not as a small doll. Maybe if he was like a life-size doll.
Does have the element of surprise though. Like
if you catch me off surprise, yes, but you still have to catch me in enough time.
Yeah, that you got to catch me sleep surprise. Like, I'm like, just waking up.
Catch me in some. I don't think this doll is creepy enough for me to just fall asleep and with it in the house. I'd never just let that go down. I'd be too creeped out to go to sleep or to turn my back. I'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" No, I'm out. Like,
and my kid's gonna get in trouble if I walk out and they doll in the middle of the living room.
Yeah.
First off, who left their fucking toys in the middle of my goddamn living room?
And why is it a kitchen knife here?
So the dog won't have to stay in the room.
Now I get that. Another woman who won, going back to that, because these kids and the supernatural. Zendaya also won Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series.
The only person who's not infatuated with Zendaya.
Have you seen Euphoria?
So
yeah, it looks like fucking a bunch of white kids taking crack.
I mean, no, I'm also not infatuated.
I'm just in her acting ability. I watched her when she came up on Shake It Up because my siblings watched it, like my brothers watched it. So, like, you watch a young girl. I'm just not intrigued
by a grown woman who will always look like a 12-year-old. I'm just not.
But she looks like a kid to me in general, so I get it.
That's understandable, but we're talking about her talent, not her intrigue. Like, even if she looks like a kid, she still plays the shit out of that kid fucking role.
Absolutely.
Or that teenager role or whatever role she's playing. Like, she's talented.
I don't care for teenager roles.
I feel
like Tom Holland and Spider-Man, it didn't move me either way. I would rather have a grown-ass Spider-Man.
I wouldn't. I'm not.
I don't want a 10-year-old who don't know.
It depends on what side of the story that you in. When you're talking about a 17, 16-year-old Spider-Man, I don't want a 30-year-old white man. I want someone who looks like he's a teenager. Like, I want who's playing the role.
I mean, that's if you're talking about Spider-Man in high school.
And that's what you have each time. They've started him over in high school, and they were grown
young every time.
I mean, no, so the first one, he starts off in high school, but then literally...
And he was grown. Tobey Maguire was grown.
No.
No, yes, he was.
No. That Peter Parker was not grown. Because as a matter of fact, it only started with him. It started with him graduating high school.
Absolutely. But the actor was grown. The actor had been out of high school for a long time. Every person in that
Zendaya ain't been out of high school for a long ass time. I still act like a 12-year-old.
Absolutely. And she should be out of high school by now. She should tell them she's sick of that. But you know what? Her adult body has 26. Her adult body has not come in.
And it won't. But the point I'm making is that Spider-Man started like graduating high school. Because it was like by the second scene, they were already graduating. The rest of the movie is
that nigga was already hitting dog. Come on, dog. Tom Holland is the best.
He's only the best option if you're talking about somebody in school. But then he makes dumbass decisions, which ultimately fucks everyone else. Like, imagine A
But
kid ass
that
Spider
means
So
Man.
that means that you're
happen.
buying into it, because that means that he makes you believe that he's a better
That's what
Spider-Man.
would happen
Because
if you
that's
were
the
a
truth.
teenager with
You do not
superpowers.
believe that the Amazing Spider-Man was the best adaptation. You do not believe that the first Spider-Man movie still holds up. Not in
I
quality,
do.
not
I believe that the grown Venom Spider-Man, where this nigga's like, fuck you, fuck y'all, I'll beat your ass and your ass. There you go. That's the Spider-Man we want.
that's what you want to see out of a Spider-Man movie.
Yes.
But that is not the average Spider-Man comic.
Yes.
That is
I
not.
want to see Spider-Man put hands on people.
But that's
not
not
him
who
scared
Spider-Man
because his
was.
best friend found out that he can fucking swing from side to side.
That's not who he is, though. That's not the character.
And Tom Holland kept getting his ass beat. Bro couldn't put hands on nobody.
Because that's what Spider-Man does, though.
Nah,
are you even a Spider-Man fan?
Spider-Man can put hands on people. Stop it.
Stop it. Spider-Man be getting whooped.
That's y'all problem with liking Spider-Man. Y'all like niggas that get their ass beat. They get their ass beat. Nah,
you're being.
He laying hands around here.
What you want? Like,
and Tom Holland kept getting hands laid on him
because that's what Spider-Man does. He's a kid who's learning the ropes.
How many years it take for this nigga to learn the ropes? He got his ass beat from freshman year to senior year.
He's a kid who just got superpowers.
Nah, I know Mike Tyson was a kid. That nigga was 13, handing out ass whoopings.
Well, speaking of
in the hood.
Speaking of freshman year to senior year, I'm completely changing the subject. Staying on the idea of Black excellence, Shaquille O'Neal, has decided to get his master's degree and through the University of Phoenix, and they only do online classes, but he wanted to be in class. So they said they only do classes for at least 15 people. So he's decided to pay for 15 of his friends to get their master's degree. And go through the program with him.
Graduated with his master's.
I feel like that's
15 of his friends.
It's cool. That's cool. But he only did it because he wanted to go in class, not because he actually wanted to pay for people's college.
No, but I mean,
would
it matter?
But he did. You're right. But he
did because he also could have just stayed online.
If you decided,
were they his friends, or was it just 15 people that needed college tuition?
His friends.
His friends.
So most of these niggas probably already got money. Shaq's friends. Friends already got money. You can't be a friend of Shaq and be broke. I find that to be not possible.
Impossible.
You're right, because Shaq got money. Shaq's been having money for such a long time.
Shaq and his circle of friends, they all have. Now, they ain't all got to be as rich as Shaq, but they have money. They can go and pay for their own tuition. He just chose to do it because he wanted his best friends to come with him to class. So, nigga, you just paid for a field trip. That's all you did. They ain't even got to take it serious.
Hey, but they got their masters though, and that's 15 more black dudes. They got their masters
out here in the world.
Yeah.
But what does that do if you're not going to use it for shit? All you did was give a school $28,000 to get a piece of paper for something that you're not going to use.
I'm sure it was more than $28,000,
which is even worse. Which is even worse for a piece of paper for you not to. And don't Shaq already got his doctoral or honorary doctoral already?
I don't know. Shaq
he probably has an honorary.
I feel like Shaq and Snoop have been living lives that are like beyond what we've been living. The capacity of what they do and what they have. Like these niggas are just playing footsie with who got more stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
they just want to be like, all right, I haven't done this in a while. What can I do next?
Yeah,
let's go.
Relevant in a while. Let me go do something cool. The niggas gonna remember me for.
Well, speaking of something someone hasn't done in a while, Nick Cannon welcomed his 9th child this week.
Although he still has his 10th on the way.
He's expecting 2 more.
Yikes!
So 2 more kids this year.
Congratulations, Nick. That's what I got to say. Congratulations.
Did we stop congratulating him at 10, or do we keep going through the 11th?
We keep going. As many kids as he has, and as many women that choose to have sex with Nick Cannon and have his kids, we congratulate.
And a lot of these women have been doing interviews lately and just speaking on their relationship. And they're like, he's my only partner. I'm monogamous to him. And it's like, this is giving R. Kelly vibes. So
nah, I mean,
that's rude.
It's not like giving that completely, but it still feels like.
How are they giving R. Kelly vibes when he's taking care of his kids?
Yeah,
it's the relationship part of it for me.
Fuck the relationship. You don't need a relationship to have kids.
You don't have to have
they are in a relationship. They are saying, I am in a relationship with Nick Cannon. he is my monogamous partner. He's the only person that I'm with. However, he's having several other children. That just feels weird to me. It's not my choice, but neither were these women who were dating R. Kelly. That's not my life either. I'm just saying it comes off weird to me.
Said, listen, baby, I can lie to you and tell you I'm gonna be faithful and I'm gonna be here, or I can buy you this house, I can take care of this kid, and I'm with you when I'm with you. But when I'm not here, I'm not with you. I'll be back and I see you when I see you, and we together.
You could feels like settling, and it feels like settling.
Well, I mean, you're a millionaire.
It depends. Is she settling with a broke nigga who gon' do the same thing there? Or is she settling with a nigga that's gonna give her a mansion?
Or you can settle with a millionaire.
Well, I mean, at this point, the door is open, right? Like, I mean, welcome to Hollywood. You're one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas.
Yeah,
but
you don't have.
Do I want to be welcome to Hollywood and be Nick Cannon's baby mama, or do I want to be welcome to fucking Southside MLK and be Lil Bookie's baby mama?
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I think a lot of people would just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll be Nick Cannon's baby mama while riding in a Maybach.
My child is welcome to your estate because now they got like that wilding out money because you know that them residual checks be hitting, dog. Wilding out be on MTV all the time.
That's like damn near the only thing that they play. Is wilding out.
Wilding out and ridiculousness.
But I think it's because MTV is probably failing as a broad network anyway.
Dog, they just need to bring back music videos. It ain't been the same since music videos.
People are streaming music. Why would I play music videos? People are streaming music.
YouTube exists on my phone. Why would I sit down and watch videos? It's a different time.
Yeah. So I know we've been talking a lot about R. Kelly in the last, few months.
He's a Pied Piper of R&B still.
But he did just get found guilty on 3 counts of child pornography and 3 counts of enticing a child in Chicago. Yes.
Yeah.
In New York?
In Chicago. And now he's going on to New York to do his restitution hearings.
So they interviewed one victim and they said, let this victim's testimony be the testimony of every woman that's been in this situation. And that's how they found him.
So who gave him 30 though?
30 was from where was 30 in?
I feel like that might have been Chicago or New York.
I don't remember where the 30 was from, but the 30 was on like racketeering and stuff like that had nothing
to do with
it.
This nigga ain't never getting out of jail.
So this is now the child pornography. Like this is, and they were saying he's relieved to have this case over with because this has been kind of the biggest thing about, R. Kelly is him pissing on kids and all of that. So he's glad to have that out of the way. And now he's facing like restitution things and
taxes,
right? All the other
child support, and
everything else.
Imagine that'd be the one thing that gets your ass sent to jail. Child support. You had all this shit going on, and what sent you to jail was child support.
Right.
And now your ass is in jail, and you can't get out. They like, well, fuck it. Let's go ahead and just charge him with everything now.
That's tragic. Because it's like
because imagine if he wasn't in jail for child support, right? He probably wouldn't have he probably would have been able to get out on bail for all these other charges because they were so long ago. They'd allow him to be out on bail, so he'd be able to make money, at least locally making music and stuff like that. But because you were already in jail, they just left your ass there.
Yeah.
But child support. Kels, you wasn't making that much money, bro. You couldn't pay child support, bro. Petty.
You said petty. Did you hear about the Iowa teen that was a sex trafficking victim that was ordered to pay $150,000 restitution to the family of her rapist that she killed?
No. How the hell did they get that?
And did they have? I mean, she was Black and
clearly, right?
Yeah.
Because it's always Black when they found guilty of murdering the person. Like, I feel like in the legal system, the second that you are found as a victim, then you should start to feel some of these charges lessen in certain cases. I kill my rapist. Shouldn't I be seen as the victim? So like,
when did you kill your rapist?
It was in the act.
in
Okay,
the act.
that's
So
different. And I know, and it sucks because I don't want people to believe like things should go unpunished. But you can't kill a nigga, a week down the line. You ain't been like, you can't go kill him. You can still report him and get him sent to jail, but you can't be like, yeah, I'm
absolutely,
gonna
but
go
I'm
kill him.
just saying,
Yeah,
like,
no, it was
so
heat of the
if you
moment.
line up the scenario, heat of the moment, I'm raping her. She kills me. She goes to jail. She has to pay my restitution. How the fuck does that line up?
Because remember, there's
She
still
was
civil
15.
court.
She was a child, so this is a child.
Well, it sucks because there's still civil court. Like you can shoot me right now, right? You can go to court and you can get sent to prison. I can still, if I survive, or my family can still sue you civilly. Civil court has no bearing on anything. It don't. It's and what sucks. The biggest thing that sucks about civil court is the one that files the charges is pretty much the one that gets like all of the rights, and they're the first ones to tell what happened. So if they sued her first, now you're on defense, and it sucks because it's like, well, yeah, she did this, and remember, this is not a trial, so they can be like, yeah, maybe they were in a relationship, and she did this, and she did that, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and she ended up killing him, and they can't be like, well, he was a convicted rapist, so throw this shit out. No, those two court systems are completely different.
Right.
They can't do that. So they're gonna be like, which one do we believe more? And then just depending on the judge that you get, they don't like black people. So
yeah. So luckily it went to GoFundMe and they've raised over $343,000. So she only had to pay $150. They doubled,
but the rest
plus
is
some.
going to her lawyer fees and everything else to get her out and to pay back her restitution to the state.
Now, don't you think that's mean? Don't you think that's mean? You're the victim of something, and you got to pay lawyer fees.
I mean, dog.
I mean, if you want a good lawyer,
that's not just mean. That's fucking miserable because you're the victim. You're in jail.
Yeah, and the only way, and what sucks is the only way to get a decent lawyer is to go buy one. If not, he would have never been convicted of rape.
Exactly.
Or I would have been convicted of murder instead.
And I mean, I don't know this young lady's situation or circumstances, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that she probably didn't have much money to begin with to be able to afford.
I mean, she was a 15-year-old runaway that essentially got put into sex trafficking by this man. So yeah, and her mother was abusive, so she was running away from an abusive home and ended up in this situation.
Yeah.
So luckily,
speaking of abuse, Chick-fil-A out here doing more than just a job. They out here saving people from carjackings and shit. Like, I don't know what be on Chick-fil-A's fucking employee handbook, but there's no way in hell you're gonna tell me that in my employee handbook I gotta go stop niggas from carjacking people. Or I got to chase somebody down to give them 4 extra sauces. No. Hell no. And a lot of them, from what I hear, are already underpaid for the things that they have to do, right? So, like, when you go to Chick-fil-A, there's typically, 2 or 3 people already standing outside to take your order. Mm-hmm. Well, it don't matter if it's cold. It don't matter if it's raining. It don't matter none of that. Hot as hell. In Texas, it's hot as hell. They give your ass a fan, and that's it. No to Chick-fil-A. So, true story, I boycotted Chick-fil-A for 18 years because they didn't hire me when I was 16. Yeah.
Your reasoning is so petty because I was like, yeah, we did too. And then it's like, no, because they didn't hire me.
Yeah, they didn't hire me when I was 16. And from I think my first time having Chick-fil-A, and it was only because there was nowhere else to eat, was a year ago.
It makes you itch, I see.
Nah, my thing was itching. Chick-fil-A is not even good. They chicken sandwich, ass.
Yeah, it's
nuggets, soggy and flimsy type. You know what I'm saying? They're not even good nuggets. They sauce is meh at best.
Corey said I'll starve.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah. So you were saying that they were handing out them hands to that guy, and like, dog, like
So
on God, like we give
naturally,
you Sunday off and these hands on Saturday.
so naturally, this happens in the great state of fucking Florida, where all
Florida,
things craziness happens.
Facts.
But a man tried to carjack a woman who had a baby with her. And I guess the employee at Chick-fil-A seen it. He, boom, you know what I'm saying, start putting their hands on the dude, tussling with him, get the guy arrested. And they just gave this nigga a high five. They didn't even give him a raise or his own Chick-fil-A store. Like, for me, if I'm Chick-fil-A, you got to get this man his own store.
He the manager.
You got to get him his own store. Right? No, not manage. You make this nigga the owner of a store. Imagine playing that up.
I don't know.
The owner of the Chick-fil-A.
Just because he can tackle somebody don't mean he can run a store.
Yeah.
No. He's saving people's lives. He don't have to do this. This ain't his job description. He could have watched that man.
No, he went above and beyond.
That woman.
Right, absolutely. Which is why I'd make him the manager of my store.
Yeah.
No,
Rich, we have been talking all month. We have been talking all month about financial literacy. Just because this man can tackle somebody down does not mean he can run a store successfully.
It's a marketing play. The owner of this store saved lives. You have to come eat here now.
The manager of this store saved lives works just as good.
Yo, my man that you've seen on the news, he's the manager now.
He's owner of the store. Like he owns the store. And so now you know Chick-fil-A, they all Christians. So now this is a Jesus felt store with people that save lives.
Come eat. Listen, I'm not saying that you know. Okay, so point in case, I work for you, right? I'm now an employee of RDI Financial. I saved somebody's life.
No, I own this.
You don't own RDI Financial, but you are more than welcome to go get your own store and do your own thing.
Do you give me a branch? You gonna give me a branch now?
I don't give you shit.
All right.
I'm gonna give you exactly what they gave him: a high five, a 15-cent raise, and cover.
Get off your high horse. I will give you your step stool so you can get off of your high horse, Your Highness.
That's what I'm gonna give you.
That's so funny. So I want to end it here. Oh, do I remember the bookseller that was slapped? I absolutely do remember that bookseller that got slapped.
What are we talking about?
So Corey was my manager at Barnes & Noble, right? Mm-hmm. And we had a bookseller that got slapped by a customer.
What? Why are booksellers getting slapped?
Now, first of all, let's just keep it a stack. People are really fucking rude. So let's start with that. He said, should she have become a manager? Absolutely not. Corey, you know, of all people, I have a very low tolerance for people on my management team that are incapable of doing their job. She wouldn't have gotten slapped if she was capable of doing her job. I've never gotten slapped, and I've worked in retail for a long time. Get slapped? So what?
How did the bookseller get slapped?
Why did she get slapped? You never went to the...
I don't remember why. I just remember she did. I wasn't a part of the conversation.
Niggas just walking into Barnes & Noble, slapping motherfuckers. Because they wanted to.
Slap.
No, I mean, like I said, she was incapable of doing her job. So no, she didn't deserve to be a manager because she got slapped. And neither this man doesn't deserve to own anything because he did something heroic.
So here you're saying heroes don't deserve shit.
I mean, that's what the stories say.
Did you not watch?
Oh, she said the white
Falcon
woman that was crazy.
Soldier?
Did
you not watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
That sounds boring.
So I was going to end this on just so I don't really know these people, right? But there's some stuff going on TikTok. You know, Baby Blue Woe from Pretty Ricky.
I don't watch TikTok. TikTok is
okay. But do you know Pretty Ricky?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay. So Baby Blue was on he was in Pretty Ricky.
Mhm.
So his baby mama put a video on TikTok of their son eating a roach. I shit you not. I don't know why she put it on there. But she said,
That's
"What's in your
child abuse.
mouth?" And he, spits out a roach, right? So then someone else, her name is Yandy Smith. I don't know. But Yandy Smith then reposts the video of her son. Uh, of her son, and then uses it to promote her like bug off, which is like
That's
an
trifling.
insect like be
Oh,
blessed.
God.
So
So we gotta
anyways,
be
the
better
big deal
than
is that she's saying that's a personal video of her child. And Yandy saying TikTok gives you the ability to, repost and talk over whatever you want
it is
to.
true.
So she's not gonna stop using the video.
I mean, it's a public video on a public
It is.
forum. You know,
It
I
is.
mean, you
I don't think
essentially
you. I don't think you inherently have copyright. You know,
She's saying because he's a minor, and she didn't have the permission of the guardian or parent to use.
So I feel like
her
when you
child.
start making money, like then you invite.
We
the
got you
idea.
next Shit Talk Saturday.
oh yeah, we'll bring you on to the next one. This one was light. This one was light, but we definitely. I'm pretty sure some shit's gonna happen this week. I feel it in my bones. A lot of
I'll
shit.
be at my job next week.
Yeah, he starts working weekends and whatnot. I mean, he's been working, but second job.
Yeah.
So,
2 jobs now.
Yeah.
jobs.
Christmas
I want to
is
be
coming
petty.
up, bro.
I want to be petty so bad, but we can't. We'll talk in the after show.
Christmas. These kids need a big Christmas.
It's
I promise.
$199 actually.
Can't be out here getting caught slipping. I'm saying
So as far as the videos of kids go, I agree. It is public, but also like, why would you post a picture of your child eating a roach? I'm confused. You have open positions. We'll talk, Corey.
At Barnes and Noble.
No, he's not at Barnes and Noble anymore. I honestly don't even know. He lives in New Orleans, so I don't know what open positions we're talking about.
I mean, if he does,
let me know.
if they're at home positions, like you just need me to have a laptop.
Nah.
I'm not gonna slap like
in New Orleans that might need a job.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I also do job placement, so I have clients.
But you can't place people in New Orleans.
No, I know one nigga
That's
I can place
why
in
I
New
said
Orleans.
We'll talk. No, you're right. I can't.
The topic for tonight is bedtime, bigger homie.
I'm
everything.
Everything.
Oh yeah, what's the topic? We've been on for about an hour now, so we definitely gonna hit the sheets. Tonight. But we talked about a lot of stuff. We went over PNB, Rock, and maybe his was a setup, wasn't a setup. And we talked about quite a few stuff. Shaq getting his masters.
Yeah, we talked about Nick Cannon's 9th baby, a little bit about bills and politics, just
R. Kelly and his child pornography.
Just a little sprinkle.
People thinking that they can just tell the cops no, and shit's gonna be gravy. Like the cops can be like, okay, he said no, it's okay, guys, stop what we're doing. He said no. Like, what the fuck?
I ain't never been arrested before, so
yeah.
He's always said no
because you told him no.
It's like, nah, I'm not going to jail.
But until next time, black folk,
stay safe, stay healthy, and stay unapologetically black.
Peace,
gang. Good night.